Have you ever thought about colony breeding budgies? Well, in this video we're going to find out the 5 reasons why colony breeding is bad. So let's get into it. But before we get into today's video, we're actually going to open up a parcel that came in the post today from Amazon, and I think I know what it is. Let's have a look right here. Oosh, 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 oosh. Come on. Yes, another blink camera. So why don't we set this up before we get into today's video? Let's do it. So the plan is to set it up right there. So why don't we just go like so, like 1, 2, 3, and boom, and then like that. That's how it's done. If you actually want to see how these guys are set up, if you click up here, this will take you to that video. I did make a video when I set these guys up. So if you want to, see how I set them up, consider checking out that video. So why don't we get into the montage, the famous montage that I always do before we get into the main part of the video. Let's do it. Now, before we actually get into today's video, I feel like I'm always saying it, but I'm gonna update you guys on what has happened here and all. So, yeah, nest boxes are back up, as you can see. 1, 2, 3, 4 nest boxes are up, but the amount of budgies has been reduced. Now, you're probably gonna ask yourself, why are you gonna breed again? You just had a massive fight. You had 2 deaths and all. Why are you breeding again? Well, I've solved the problem. Problem has been solved. These nest boxes have been up a week, hence the reason why I didn't upload in time, because I usually upload weekly, or usually miss a day. But yeah, this video is pretty delayed. But yeah, the nest boxes have been up a week and I haven't had any problems, no bloods at all. She has settled in. There's one in there, Fatima, she's in there. Yeah, she's not meant to be there, but yeah, she's in there. I don't know if you can see, but yeah, she's in there. She's settled in. Loads of breeding has been going on, loads of mating and all. She's still confused on where she's gonna go. She goes there, she goes there, that one. Sometimes she goes there, but obviously she doesn't let her go there. But yeah, she's still confused. But if she doesn't settle in a couple of days, when I start to see eggs, then unfortunately I'm gonna have to take her in and put her with the other ones, which leads me on to showing you guys where the other ones are. So the other ones are right over here in this cage. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them in here. It is a decent sized cage, obviously not as big as this one, but it is a decent sized cage, and this is just a holding cage for them. They're not going to be here permanently. This is just temporarily until I'll find a solution to make a bigger cage, or get a bigger cage in here. But they're doing well. They've been here a week. They do fly around. They do open this out, close this door right here, and let them out. They fly all around here. Obviously it's not ideal because you're meant to have toys and all sorts and a bit of entertainment for them, but it does the job. They're doing fine. All of them are healthy. All of them are happy. One thing I did notice is that this cage does get a lot of, really dirty. I don't miss having birds in cages, but since I've moved them into a flight cage, it's much easier to take care of them. But they're budgies, you're meant to take care of them anyway. So, but yeah, they're doing well. I know many of you are going to be like, that's not correct. I know it's not correct, but it's a temporary solution. They're not staying in here for a long time. I'm just waiting for the summer to come in for us to make a project here. We're going to make something here that comes here and all sorts. I'm not going to say too much because I don't want to give anything away, but after that's done, they'll be going into this cage, big cage, or we're possibly going to be making another cage, but we'll see. We don't know yet. Can't say anything. until we get the heads up and all. So that's why I say subscribe. Follow me on Instagram. I do lots of behind the scenes. My animal Instagram, the amazing animal 5. My personal Instagram, LUCA5FRZ. That's my personal one. So I do a lot of behind the scenes. So if you don't want to miss it out, I'll suggest you following those accounts. But yeah, they're doing in here. But yeah, they're okay in here. They've had an apple, which is gone. But yeah, let me quickly update you on the pond. Not that there is something new, but why not update you on the pond. Pond is doing okay. It's still the same thing. Algae everywhere. Turtles are fine. They are alive. I did check them on yesterday. I checked them yesterday. All of them are doing okay. Obviously hibernating is still too cold. The plant is doing amazing. Look at it. It's grown. If you guys go down and go to my channel and scroll down all the way to the bottom, you'll see the size of the plant then when I built this pond and the size of it now, as well as this one as well is, you know, growing okay. I need to sort that wire out, but I'll do that later. But other than that, yeah, that's the pond. Nothing interesting, nothing has changed. But as I say again, once again, I'm not going to be tired of saying it, we got cool projects coming, and one of them is the pond. Sorry about the exposure, I saw it go dark, but one of them is this pond right here. So I suggest you subscribing once again. It's not because I want subscribers, it's not that, but we're doing cool stuff, and I'm pretty sure that you that loves animals, you that loves you know these kinds of DIY things in the back garden and all, are gonna like it. That's why I say subscribe, so you don't miss out on any of the projects. But yeah, let's finally get into today's video about why colony breeding is bad and it's not recommended. 5 points, let's go. So our first point is aggression. If you are thinking of colony breeding budgies, which I truly do not recommend to anybody, especially if you're a newbie in owning budgies, be prepared for aggressive behaviors from both females and males. Females will become very, very territorial and aggressive, especially when they have chosen the ideal nest box that suits them. To slightly reduce the aggressions and the conflict that may be from females, I usually make sure there is 1 or 2 nest boxes available than the amount of females that I have. So for example, if you have 3 females, I would put 5 nest boxes, or if you have 5 females, I'll put up 7 nest boxes. By doing this, you're allowing more variety and choices for the females and stopping them from wanting other nest boxes that are already taken by other females. And well, all of this leads me on to my second point. So why don't we head in to the second point and let's talk about it. So my second point is territorial behavior. During breeding season, especially colony breeding, which is what we're talking about now, females will exhibit territorial behaviors when trying to find their nesting sites. This will obviously lead to aggression, as explained on my first point, which ideally was aggression. So all this aggression can lead to, unfortunately, life-changing injuries and deaths and all sorts. So that's why I'm saying this once again. If you want to colony breed, it's not recommended by any breeder at all, because these things do happen. But moving on, it is very important to keep more food bowls, water bowls, nest boxes, and to make sure that there is enough space for the birds to have their own spaces and all. So a flight cage like mine, you wouldn't want to fit 10 females, because 1, you don't have space for nest boxes, and 2, if you do fill up with nest boxes, there's not going to be enough space for them to hang around on their own areas. So an ideal number of females for the fly cage I got is 3 to 4 max, because as you saw from my previous videos, if you haven't checked it out, click up here, this will take you to that video. Yeah, we did have some problems, but anyways, moving on to our third point. And our third point is possibly the most serious one and most important one, and it is inbreeding. Now inbreeding must be avoided at all costs. Now the reason is, in a colony of budgies, it is quite challenging to avoid inbreeding, because budgies will take on new partners, and budgies are not really monogamous, which basically means that they only have one pair, let's say, at a time. And inbreeding will result in genetic abnormalities and a whole lot of health issues, which can be, you know, life-changing and life-threatening, and it is irreparable, unfortunately. So you have chicks with, you know, disabled beaks. The beaks may be, you know, instead of going down, they're going up. You know, eyes problem. You can have a chick with one eye. You can have a chick that has a wing problem. You know, feet problems and all. It is very dangerous to inbreed and colony breed. That's why I say do not inbreed birds, because it is very, very dangerous. And by doing that, you're actually abusing animals. So if you are planning to inbreed, I'd simply suggest don't keep birds, don't keep any kind of animal, because you are an animal abuser. So that's why I say do not inbreed, because it is animal abuse. On to our fourth point. Our fourth point has something to do with our first and second point, but you'll see. So it is disturbances. When colony breeding, there is an increased amount of disturbance from the hens that are looking for a place to nest. Now, if you have a female that is already brooding and, you know, laying eggs, they will often have to stop incubation of their eggs to deal with an intruder. In this case, another female checking out their nest boxes, as well as males. Males do flirt around, so they may come to the female that is brooding, come into the nest box and disturb them, which obviously can cause a problem if you're trying to hatch some eggs, if you're trying to get baby budgies. Incorrect incubation can lead to you know, unfertile and possibly deaths inside the you know, egg. Can lead to the embryo dying. So that's why I say think about colony breeding. It is very tough, it is very challenging, it is nearly impossible, but it's not impossible if you do the correct stuff, if you have the correct, you know, place, if you have the correct environment for them, if you have the correct caging for them, the correct diets, the correct placements of food and all. So my final, you know, point, or it's not really a point, but my thoughts on this is breeding budgies is, you know, breeding budgies, yet alone colony breeding budgies, is such a huge responsibility. It's a responsibility when it comes to breeding birds. Many people think, you know, breed birds, okay, I'm going to breed birds, just let them be, let them do their thing. It's not really like that. First of all, you have to take in mind, you know, the correct diets, correct seed mix, correct, you know, supplements for them. You have to take in mind soft food, you have to take in mind possible deaths, you have to take in mind possible injuries, you have to take in mind splayed legs, you have to take in mind, you know, viruses and all, making sure that your nest box is clean every day, make sure that, you know, you have a clean environment. All these things come into play when breeding, yet alone colony breeding. That's why I say, if you're a newbie, you know, to budgies and you want to breed for your first time, do your research. It doesn't cost you anything, it's completely free. Type on Google how to breed budgies, correct diets, correct soft food mix, correct supplements, correct, I don't know, correct nest box cleaning, anything. It's all on YouTube. I did do a video on how to set up a breeding cage for budgies, but that's not it, that's not enough. Setting up the breeding cage is just 1% of what you have to know to breed budgies. So do your research, do your, you know, studies on this, because it is very important and it's a very serious you know, topic. It's a very serious thing to do with birds anyways. If you don't know how to breed, if you have no experience, then simply do not breed, because it is, once again, very, it takes up a lot of responsibility. So my thoughts on this, final thoughts, and let's put it down on the table, is do not colony breed. Simply do not colony breed. I'm doing it because I've done it before. I've had success, you know, I have a bigger cage, and I've done it in a cage before, and it was a cage not as big as this flight cage, but I've done it before. I had 2 pairs, 3 pairs actually, and I had no problems at all. I had 5 nest boxes in, no problems at all. Here I'll obviously have 3 pairs. Obviously the size is double the amount, but I'm not going to put any more because the other ones I haven't paired them up. So yeah, once again, simply do not colony breed. If you want to learn how to colony breed, then do your research, do a lot of research, follow the channel, because here I teach a lot about, you know, breeding and all. Forgive me if this video is being filmed the next day, so the intro was filmed yesterday. and today is another day, so that's why I'm filming my points like this. But anyways, yeah, do your research, and that's pretty much the 5 points or 4 points, let's give it, for this video. Consider this video, please. Consider taking in all this information, and you know, before you do anything, research. Main keyword of this video is research. Let's put it right here, research. That's it. So this is actually the next day, as I already said. I'm like a bit sick, so bear with me. But yeah, the birds are doing great. Cockatiels are amazing. The cockatiels, surprisingly, they haven't really, you know, been interested in, you know, breeding and all. I know they're young, but I'm not planning to breed them anyways. But they've been in the nest box. They've been in that nest box right there, the one there, but it's nothing serious. I think they're just checking it out. I do monitor them during the day. Oops. I do monitor them during the day, so it's nothing serious. I think they're just checking it out. They're going to that one and the one behind it, but it's nothing serious. I haven't seen any like kind of breeding kind of thing behavior, and even if I did, then I'd separate them straight away. But yeah, they're doing great. Everybody is doing okay. He's the husband, let's say, of the Fatima, and then she's there. I don't know what she's doing with her leg, but anyways, probably, you know, feels comfortably like that anyways. But yeah, she's doing great. Everybody's doing great. She is lost. She doesn't know what to do. She goes into that one, she goes into this one, she goes into that one, and I've seen that she goes underneath the nest box. I don't know if you can see, there's like a hole there. She goes sometimes there, she goes inside the tray, the food tray underneath there. She doesn't know what to do. But it is, if I don't see her settle in a few days, or in a few days, because it's been a week and a few days, if I don't see her settle in, then I'm gonna take her out and we're gonna get our new birds soon. So I can't wait to show you that. It's gonna be amazing. I think once we get these new birds to breed, it's gonna change this whole lot. This whole, you know, colony I have here is going to be changed, and we're going to have these amazing birds. So not just them, we've got some cool breeds coming of budgies, which I can't wait to actually put in here and learn a bit more about them as well. But yeah, everybody's doing great. This is it. Colony breeding, 2 cockatiels, 6 budgies, 7 actually. I kept him in here. I kept the little baby, the one that I hand-reared. If you haven't seen that video, click up here. I hand-reared this little guy, and look at him. It's a big boy now. But yeah, I hand-reared him. He's doing great. I kept him in here because he's really young and he's not really interested in females anyway. So yeah, he's doing great. He's happy. Look at him there, singing along. But yeah, that's pretty much it. These guys are doing great. I'm going to change the food, clean up the cage and all, but these guys are doing great. I did say this is not a permanent home for them, it is just a temporary home for them. And yeah, they're doing great though. No fighting, nothing like that. It's always good. I'm going to, you know, spoil a bit of a plan, one of the plans that we have for this year. So right here, this part is going to be like a big table. And what we're going to do is pretty cool. We're going to make some kind of water feature right here in the shed. It's going to be amazing. I'm telling you, this year is full of projects. For here, for the pond, for next door. If you don't know, my next door lives my uncle. My uncle lives next door, so it's going to be. We're going to make something cool there as well for a different kind of bird. Not budgies, it's not a parrot, but it's something cool. I can't wait to actually show you guys. So subscribe. I suggest you subscribing. If you're new here, subscribe, because once again, I'm gonna say it again, we're gonna do some cool projects with budgies, turtles, ponds, and another bird. It's coming in the future. We also got some birds for here. It's not a parrot, it's not a cockatiel, it's not a budgie, but it is a different kind of bird, which will be going here. So it's 2 different kinds of birds. I'm not going to spoil too much, so I'm going to leave it like that because I want you guys to subscribe. I'm not saying this because I want subscribers, even though, you know, people have been subscribing, which I'm thankful for. Loads of people have been viewing the videos and it's pretty amazing. I still remember the time when I was getting 10, 15, 20 views per month. Now I'm getting 200 per month, roughly average, sometimes 500. It really depends, and I'm really thankful for all those guys, all you guys that are, you know, visiting my channel. Even though we're small, we're growing really fast, which I'm really thankful for. You're not helping me out, but you're helping these guys out. You're helping the channel out in making, you know, more educative content, and, you know, the animals, you know, rescuing some animals. Many of the birds I got here are rescues, such as these two right there. The cocktails were bought. Who else is a rescue? These guys, he is a rescue, as well as Fatima. This guy hand-reared. Most of the birds in here are rescues, people that didn't want them and we're gonna, you know, release them. And if you don't know, for all you, I don't know if in America is the same thing, but if you release a bird here, if you release one of these budgies here, they'll easily get eaten by crows and hawks and all sorts because of their colors. The colors are really vibrant, and it does attract, you know, prey birds. But yeah, that's it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know what you guys thought of the video. Let me know of what kind of videos I should do more. We got some cool projects. Forgive me if the videos are, you know, being uploaded a bit, you know, slow, but I'm gonna make up for it with all these projects, I promise you that. But yeah, hope you guys have a great rest of the day, have a great week, and I'll see you guys in my next video. God bless you all, and I'll see you guys later. Bye bye.